Okay. I just want to welcome everyone to this installment of War Commander Unshackled, waist deep in zombie flesh. This is the mid-show or mid-event show. On my panel, I have with me the great Sir Moderator, Daba Phoenix. I've
Oh,
got
we're
Doxing Debo,
sir.
Dutch, Fuck You, Jack Sparrow, and Mr. TNT. This is Venom doing my first run at this whole YouTube streaming shit. So good luck to all of you having to put up with this show. So first off, I want to start off with going down the line. What topic most upset you? What do you think about this game, this event? What caught you off guard? Was there anything that surprised you that you weren't expecting? So we'll start with you, Daba.
Mission. So I started off. I kept hearing the defense waves were not as bad as Onslaught. I was like, all right, sorry. So I went through wave one, defense one, and they were a little rougher than I thought. But I was like, all right, I'll just use a whole base full of Vindicators. Well, I got up to 17, and a whole base full of Vindicators barely beat 17. And then what was it, 21, 24? Forget about it.
21.
Vindicator, anything, even though they outranged all the zombies. So that kind of got me. And then I was impressed to see the big spider Widowmaker thingy in there. I was like, because I was surprised that the technical fire on him didn't do anything. Because I built 3 technicals and I was like, all right, yeah, they were level 1, but I started shooting at him and it was basically, I might as well just use the RMs on him. And Lonnie did some testing with the technical on the ground, and it didn't seem to do good, but on the air it was wonderful. There was a few things that caught me off guard.
All right. What about you, Doxing? Was there anything that surprised you? You're a long-time event player, but you've been out and come back and that kind of thing.
Honestly, I mean that 125 game base, the boss spider base was fucking awesome. I was really happy to see that again. I started this event off pretty slow, and I actually didn't get to even start this event until last night, so I'm still technically in my first playthrough. I like the way they did the zombie attack waves, but I'm still, like I said, because of the fact that I'm so far behind on when the event started, and usually I'm like at my 3rd or 4th playthrough by now. It's fun and interesting trying to figure out the bare minimum of crap to bring into these bases and still be able to defeat the base.
Yeah, I hear that. Dutch.
There was not that much I was surprised of because usually the zombies event are the most easiest events of all the times, and I still think it is. I had a great time. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of waves, defensive waves, 17 and 21. Yes, those 2 are the ones that killed me too, but it was on an empty base. Yeah, I think these spitters, they had a little bit an overpowered function, but I haven't been testing anything against them. So the next round that I'm going to do, I'm going to just put a couple of units in my base to see what will help them out. Because I think a lot of people, they do those waves and then they think they lose and they think, oh, they're overpowered, and then crying, whining, bitching, and then snitching and everything. But there are always units that can break through everything. So I'm not done testing with that. And yeah, so far I've been completing almost the whole course. I only have to do 2 more zombie tracks, and for me, I don't think it was too difficult. There are a couple units that will bring you to the event, and that's the Purifiers, the Hammers, and the Liberators. If you got those combined, they are killing this event. So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Fuck. What did anything catch you off guard? you go through these events pretty damn well. Are you there? Oh, he must be stepped
You're
away from
muted.
it.
You're muted.
I know you're muted. I know he's muted. He knows he's muted.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. There was a couple of them. I think it was one of the later bases in the main track. You know, I figured I was in a kind of a hurry, so I figured I would put my shit down and just mow this bitch over. And I really got angry to the point of wanting to smash every fucking thing because I cannot believe how overpowered these zombie spinners are. I have my Omega War rig. I had it from last event. I ran it in there. It's level 35. I ran it in there, and it took 2 shots from a zombie spitter, and it was toast. 2 shots, and it was gone. That was really surprising. Taking 2 shots from, you know, ours was not that. Nothing we have in our arsenal is that strong. Now, another thing that irked me was the other day. They had a downtime for a tech that you're supposed to get 6 techs in the bundle. You're only getting 3. So they brought the whole damn game down for a tech that cost 90,000 XP, and you was getting some of them, you just wasn't getting them all. And they brought the damn game down, but they didn't fix the overpoweredness of some of the difficulty of some of these waves, you know, and they just and the DCs and the lag is just unbearable.
Yeah, I agree.
And bringing the game down for that kind of irked me because if you remember a while back, they had the trophy that was overpriced. They didn't bring the game down for that.
Well, it's not even that. That was a situation and an issue that certainly could have been rectified in the use it or lose it time frame. They could have just credited people with that tech after the conclusion of the event, come back and just, you know, they've done that in the past. We had a situation where people purchased and it didn't give them the right amount, and at the end of the event they just credited them the difference, the outstanding.
Yeah.
So yeah, mid-event, midstream, I know many players, myself included, was in the middle of a base. I was in a 115, I think, at the time, and you know,
I was in a 175.
Yeah, okay,
So
and
I
you got
had
people,
zombies that I had wasted if I didn't get that base done. So I had to throw a bunch of zombies at this base just to hurry it up to get it done, so that I didn't lose all the zombies that I'd already wasted on this base. So, I mean, that really, really pissed me off pretty bad that they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give a couple-hour warning there. You know, not 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
This
the other
isn't
thing
a good
is,
cusp of time.
it's not even that. There's no good way to do it mid-event because
If they were going to take it down to fix, you know, the overpoweredness of some of these units, you know, I'd have been all for it. Whatever, take my zombies, I'll get more. But just saying that they're going to fix this, and now that you see the improvements have been made to network messaging during battles, I have no idea what the fuck that means. But it says resulting in noticeably better performance. I'm still DCing like son of a bitch. It's just as much as I was when the event started. It hasn't changed for me. But yeah, I lost more in one run in this event than I did all last event.
Is that inside the base while you're actually fighting, or trying to load the base?
Yeah, see, we don't know. I don't know what that means. Network messaging.
I'm
let's
asking
talk about losses.
when you DC, is it more loading the base or is it inside the base? Like when you're actually fighting, like do you get DC'd while you're mid-fight, or do you get DC'd?
Yeah, I'll get DC'd mid-fight. I'll get DC'd loading in and I get DC'd a lot loading in and out of the bases, but not so much during the fight itself, but sometimes during the fight itself I do.
I have noticed increased lag from like Friday to Saturday, or no, Thursday to Friday, just trying to load the bases. Thursday they would load fine, but yesterday they were real pixelated, and even today they're a little bit better loading. It's not as pixelated, but only the
No,
7.
I just about to say, I was saying in YouTube, I've noticed since since the downtime and they brought it back up, the rendering period, once you've loaded the base and you're waiting for the pixels to migrate and render, it's worse now than it was at the start of the event. Lag and inability to control units was one thing. Now it's the time in between loading. So it's seemingly worse. And like Foss said, when they brought the game down, I was in a base. I had Spec Ops running, so they timed out. I lost that. Obviously,
We lost
you
time
lose
on
the
our
attack. You lose the attack because
boost
that
and
ran
everything.
down.
I dropped a boss zombie into a base, and I was like, "Crap, we got downtime in like 3 minutes."
Well, yeah. I mean, at least you gave you were definitely diligent and gave us the heads up with the 27 minutes or what have you. You posted on the Unshackled page, so you gave a lot of people fair warning. But it's still it's hard, especially you got people who just got the sector bar up. So now the sector bar goes up and it drops the ball spaces, and they're in the middle of a ball space or trying to get as many as they can get in each drop, and that boss drop is cut in half or cut substantially. Jack, what's your opinion? Was there anything that gave you a pause or made you shocked you?
Well, the lag, as you guys mentioned, we were in a hangout last night, and Dabo, what did it take me 4 or 5 times to actually finish the 70 with all the zombies in there that were slowing me down?
Yeah, you and me both.
And then I literally, it's a one-hit base, and they give you the units, which is fine, but it's still, it probably took me 30 minutes to do a free base, and I typically don't have lag problems. The other thing that really irked me was Lonnie mentioned this, the spitters being so overpowered, it's ridiculous. But I will say, thanks to a YouTuber, howlers are the answer to those spitters. Just public service announcement.
Nice.
Howlers work great. If you come straight on and then take a right angle, you'll kill them with no damage.
Yeah, just notice
you can angle out at them. Yeah, you get them pretty good.
If you attack them and they start fire, just move them away right away, because otherwise they get spit on and it takes damage.
Yeah, run a howler right up to a spitter, and as soon as it starts to fire, take a straight 90-degree angle, and you'll outrun the spit every time.
Yeah.
But those are really the two things: the lag and just the pure overpoweredness of these bases.
Yeah, absolutely. TNT, what you got? What's your opinion on this? If you're with us and can speak.
Boom.
Yeah.
He might be with the Twins, guys.
Yeah, he might be out. All right. Yeah, you guys are right on base. I was so frustrated over this event, and it's something I've said many times is the reason I stick with the game. The zombie events are fun. The Christmas events are fun. The OP nature of a lot of the units that they threw and the positioning of certain units, obviously, the Immortal One walked away again because too soon in the event they threw max level everything in a base. I mean, you're talking the 12th mission or 13th mission in the run, a level 45 base, and they're throwing a level 5 unit in, max level spitters, max level walking zombies, max level running zombies, max level turrets, upper level turrets on max level platforms, which isn't a real bad deal. But for a mid-level player, that's a lot to overcome less than halfway into the event. And like he was an hour and 45 minutes into the event, and he was sitting on 16, 18 hours worth of damage. That's ridiculous. The sentiment is out there from the community that this just was not well thought out, and it seems to be a bit like a financial idea more than a fun idea. These kinds of events, they should eat crow and kind of swallow their pride and run these events for the fun of the community. There was good aspects into it. I love the single-use zombie bases. It's fun.
Yeah, that was spot on. The zombie track was spot on. I loved it.
Yeah. Problem being getting the zombies you need to be able to do that. a low-level player would have trouble trying to get, especially with a lot of the one-hit bases.
Well, the thing about them bases, a lot of them bases, Deadeye, 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 Deadeye.
Get all the secrets now.
Yeah, I'm all about committing to give as many as many information, informative secrets.
Mavericks on the basis.
No, but
There's TNT.
Yeah, welcome back, TNT. Since you're back with us, what kind of opinion did you have on the event? Was there anything that caught you off guard?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, we hear you.
Don't be shy.
You
I
can't
don't
hear
think
us.
you can hear us.
Yeah, actually, this afternoon I was doing the defense wave, the first one. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. Refresh.
When he gets back. All right. So, is anybody in game right now and is willing to show any units, tips, tricks, any of the setups that they were using? We know the main units that were beneficial kind of were shocking. I mean, Wrong Thinker did do something really awesome.
I coined my technicals to level 7 just to,
I'm back.
just
by the
because
way.
I could, and they're so incredibly awesome against the flying blimp, but they are just absolutely shit against ground.
All right,
By the way.
I'm thinking.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
TNT, go ahead. Shoot.
Yeah, what caught me off guard this afternoon was a defense wave, and the game was acting up again as usual in an event. Don't know why. It's a common knowledge that when you're doing an event, you have to increase your server capacity so that people can play the game at normal rate. I was doing fine in the defense wave, the third one in the mission. Unfortunately, the game froze up on me, and I had to skip the wave. So that was one thing. The defense wave in bases are a lot more difficult to do when you're at my level and with my units. But even though with the technicals, with the fire tech on them, they are actually kind of easy to do. You just need to have a good roll and just move along all the sides of the base. That caught me off guard. That it was that broke up.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying the one good thing that the team decided to do is they brought a lot of the old units back into play. I mean, like you heard, Howlers came into play, Hammers, Roland, of course, the Vindicators for some people. Some people lost a lot of the Vindicators, but there were a lot of different unit combinations that you don't typically bring to events anymore. We've been stuck with this idea of the big three, now the big four, because you have obviously the blackout now, coming into bases and doing these events with minimal damage. But this kind of those units were actually put on the sidebar because if you brought certain things in, they were done. Omega Titans and Omega Sandstorms and things like that. And
put your spitter,
those spitters took them right out.
Yeah, you put your Omega Sandstorm or Titan against a couple of them spitters, kiss them goodbye.
Yeah.
Because it will blow your drones out of the sky with one shot. The next shot's taking half of your Titan down.
I was more worried about them rocket dudes than them.
Oh yeah, the rocket dudes. 2 or 3 shots, your Titan's in the ground in shambles.
A lot of those rockets are on aggressive, and you can bait them out.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you drop a ground tune in and then launch a bone saw or something and pull it behind, you can pull most of those rocket launchers out.
Yep. In the 105 and the faction track, there's a lot of you have to do a lot of work. You have to attack. You got to take it down, take it apart, the whole base. You can actually do the ground with ground units. I use the technicals on them, and Nix to draw out the rockets, And when they're all gone, I just hammer it down with my Herald.
And pro tip: Liberators or anything with 550 range plus will outrange spitters.
Oh, also, what I found that works awesome on the spitters was my Spartans.
Yep, them too.
About 12 Spartans. Well, again, though, my Spartans are high level. But, man, did they just rip the nuts off them spitters.
Does anyone actually know the range of the spitters?
I think they're probably about 475, 450.
Well, I thought 450, but I'm not sure.
I know my purifier and the spitter. When I send my purifier Ardra against the spitter, he shoots, and then like a quarter second later, my purifier shoots.
Purifiers is 425.
And so
Yeah, I think it's 475, 450.
Because I remember
my Spartans really just destroy them so bad. I loved it.
they're keeping them in the same from last year or the year before when I was using Hellstorms. My Hellstorms would just barely get shot when I would try to go up against them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Hellstorms are what, 450. So I'd say they're probably about 450 range, assuming they didn't buff the range.
This was definitely an event of angles and range game. It wasn't really gung ho, go for it. You had to really pick it apart, which was cool.
I love the 115 base.
And then there's some bases that, unless you're going to spend an hour in the base, you're going to take quite a bit of damage.
Yeah. Yeah. What about the times for these bases? Was there any base that you thought should have been a lot longer, or, you know?
Nope.
No, they were all pretty good.
That's one thing that I'm glad they didn't do. Normally in the harder waves they give you like an hour, 45 minutes, but I think all of them, like the time was good. I was able to beat them with like half hour on each base.
I just think they were so far off with the difficulty on some of these units. You know, I mean, they're just so OP. I mean, I can't stress it enough.
That's why I have
some of these units really surprised the shit out of me.
Why?
Purifiers
Why?
Grace to kind of kill the units and soak up damage with the purifier, or even Ardra.
I mean, what bases were difficult?
115, 120.
I loved 115.
That was the most difficult for me. That's the one that I took my greatest loss on the first attempt at it.
115 is one of those bases where you definitely have to pick it apart. You can't just go.
The one before the Widowmaker. What was that? 120. That was the one that gave me. That was the one that gave me the most damage. But the Widowmaker, it was quite easy. It gave me around 30-minute damage.
If you were dumb about the Widowmaker, you really got screwed. Don't try to use your jug on there.
And the base before that was the one that gave me the damage. But all the other ones, they were not that hard. I mean, yeah, some bases you had to take your time, or sometimes you had to anti-attack. But I didn't thought it was too hard. I think it was good.
I think the setups and the way that they went about it was right on point. I think the bases were timed well, and you had the options to work out the puzzle. It's just like Foss said, there's certain units in there that didn't need to be in there, and if they were in there, they didn't need to be.
If you screwed up, you were fucked. If you screwed up one little time, you were just taking so much damage, which I don't mind taking damage, but
I see that, and like, you know, the overall like
How
hard the actual. Let me reload.
No, the only two missions I had problems with, and I think that the units were off, was the spitters in the mission 17 and 21.
I think we're all on that. The spitters.
No.
I mean, all the rest of the zombies I could deal with.
But
they all had a lot of high health, which was fine because I mean, they were fucking slow moving and you could get away from them, you know. But the spitters, I mean, if you got caught one wrong way, it was like a blast of just
But
coming at you.
did you try throwing purifiers in your base events or not?
Oh, I wasn't talking. My base did fine against them.
Okay, so they are pretty well against the spitters that they are throwing in this event, or not?
It was just like the ones in some of the higher tier attack waves.
Yeah, I know which ways, but the only way that I did these defense waves was with an empty base. But I'm curious if you're putting in defense units.
Oh yeah, I had
For
hammers.
instance, hammers or purifiers. How do the waves?
I had a
then?
few hammers, few purifiers, but my base held its own in quite a bit. Spartans in the bunkers are top notch.
Mm-hmm.
The Spartans in the bunkers just once you get 5 or 6 of those zombie spitters and they're all in a pile, and you get one shot off of them with the Spartans in your bunker. That's it. It's history for 4 or 5 of them in that little pack.
Well, I have in all my bunkers. I still have all the Spartans because I did it for the last invasion. But all those Spartans in the bunkers, they don't do any good in this zombie event.
Really?
No.
Mine's level 19 though, so it might be the difference.
So what were your
Mine,
basic
mine did
plat
very
setups?
well. My Spartans in the bunkers did amazing.
Debo was saying
I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch what my Spartans are. My Spartans are. Where are they? My Spartans are level 14, and
Can you guys-
I got 4 Spartans in each bunker, and some of them 5.
All right, Debo, what were you saying before you had the refresh?
Yeah, I apologize. No, but when we were talking about the spitters and the difficulty and everything else, I honestly feel that the difficulty overall is phenomenal. The biggest problem that a lot of players are having is you do exactly what you guys said. You have to pick these bases apart, but the bases themselves and the units that they have in some of these waves, they are very unforgiving. If you make the wrong decision, or if you decide you're not going to pay attention, it's going to make you pay for it. But if you pay attention, you take your time and you work your way through it. This is, I mean, like I said, for me personally, as a level 46, I have everything, all my shit's high level. It's a very easy event for me. But like I said, I mean, I also fell into that hole where, I screwed up on the 115 trying to bait stuff out, and I lost some of my shit. So now I'm stuck with, 6, 8, 10 hours of repairing some of my stuff. But if I would have just taken my time and taken a minute to actually look at it and see where I wanted to come in and what I wanted to do, you can pretty much walk right through this entire event.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
why
on the last events, if we got caught, picking our nose or something, we wouldn't take the kind of damage that some of these units can give to you.
Daba, you're saying?
That's why they give you so much time for the bases. I think I haven't seen a base with under an hour. I could be wrong, but
No, I don't think they were.
that's it. That's a long time to be picking at a base, and if you have even like semi-decent units like purifiers and libs, like I know you was talking about platoon setups. I had purifiers, libs, and juggernaut. Now you could replace a juggernaut with vindicators, but that's basically what I was running. They're level 10, level 12, just above, because I'm not too crazy on the tokens. So yeah, and when I ran Ardra with that platoon, I went through the whole thing and half the platoon was dead. When I ran Roland, because I was like, oh, Roland, fire, I did the same exact platoon, same exact way, relatively, and I died before hitting the faction track. So you got a level 4 Ardra, use that instead of Roland. A level 1 Roland.
With regard to the roll and the hammers, I got to say my hammers are only level 10 and my libs are only level 11. But I literally used 1 plat of Roland, 3 hammers, and the rest liberators, and walked through the first all the way up to, I want to say, the 100 base. With the fire tech, those hammers really do mow the zombies down well.
Yeah,
Speaking of
it was. it was absolutely important to have the new fire tech that came out. I mean, they did a great job in allowing a lot of players to collect a lot of it. It was a bit of a grind to collect a lot of it, but it was available, and that was a definite difference maker in the event. On your bone saws, on the hammers, on Ardra, well not Ardra, the Titan, excuse me, on the Juggernaut. Having that fire tech was
Here's
awesome.
something I wanted to test. I tested. I took in a lot of my old units, my old SF grenaders, with a lot of the grenade tech on them, a lot of the fire tech, the infantry tech, and I took it into the 70, and I didn't pop the technicals because I just wanted to see if my SF could take it, and they actually took that whole fucking base with an hour of damage.
Nice.
That's impressive. Now, there's a lot of things in these bases people didn't realize. They set this up. There were things where you were just meant to avoid. There were things that you just weren't supposed to go after. If you went after them and tried to attack them to head on, or you inadvertently got too close, they were going to put a serious hurting on you. But you really have to know what the whole mission is. A lot of these bases was, just basically kill the buildings. So if you could avoid the heavy hitter units that were thrown in there, especially with a lot of the units being max level, you could take minimal damage. You just had to be really cautious, and end attack was a huge help. End attack was your friend. Go in, whittle down some of the zombies, end attack. Take out the bunkers and watchtowers and whatever. Get the zombies to pop, end attack. And those LSDs are gone. The last stand defenders disappear. And you go in and take it from different angles. But it was 100%. This was a tactical player's advantage for this game, for this event.
That's one thing with the units like the Juggernaut, Blackout, we really don't have to use skill much anymore in a lot of the PE bases because we could just throw these units in and just take it. Like I could throw every single one of my units in a VK80, Iron Strike 60, or any token base. Aside from the Survivor 100, pretty much any token base, and I can overwhelm it just with brute force. Yeah, I got a lot of damage, but that's something that we're gonna get back to is being tactical with our units, and it's going to take a lot more time than normal. But like, what's his name? Anton, he does the Mega Warbreak base. He was taking like twice the time that a lot of us were, but he was getting way less damage than us. And that's if you have to complete the event 3, 4, 5, 6 times like me. You can't be taking a lot of repairs every time. You got to be a lot more tactical. Now, you got coins. You have multiples of a unit. Like I've got multiples of key units, like my purifiers, my vindicators. So if one dies, I can just toss them in the repairs, throw them in my base or whatever for repairs, and then I can just replace them with another one. I built, I think, 15 or 20 purifiers and vindicators this past event just for that, because I figured if I was fighting for believers from last event, that's the tune I used mainly was vindicators and purifiers, libs. So I was like, all right, I need to be replaceable, and that's another way to kind of get your repairs down is just replace your stuff. And of course, there's always the Debo tried and true method. Just store up 6 billion Thor and just replace them. Yeah, that is one way to freely repair your units.
Just scrap and rebuild. Scrap and rebuild.
Yep. Throw it in the gutter and go buy another.
Works great. Do it every time.
I found a secret way to a quick way to take Thor. You do take quite a bit of damage, but it's a quick way to get a lot of Thor.
60 Mavs, you're done. Boom.
There you go.
The big thing, I mean, with some of these bases, look at the bases they give you, look at the tunes they give you, man. They paved the road for you by letting you know that, hey, they threw a couple hammers, couple liberators in there, and the ones they gave us didn't even have tech on them. And yes, I understand that they were at lower level bases and everything, but I mean, shit, it paid out. Like all I'm running this entire event for, I'm running 2 tunes of Hammers and Liberators, and I'm having no issues. And then when it gets up to the higher levels, I'm more tactical with it and trying to pick shit off and coming in different angles, even using a little bit of air here and there. But for the most part, I mean, they give you the Hammers and Liberators in some of these waves. They're showing you what to use.
Liberators, Hammers, and Purifiers. I mean,
Oh my.
those are the shit of this event.
Also, pay attention to the story, because sometimes not so much the story, but what your actual objective is. There was one of the zombie waves. I killed all the buildings, and I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes. I killed all the buildings. Why is it not ending? And here the mission.
Was that the one where the Titan went down and all the Liberators kept spawning up?
Yeah,
it was.
That's a zombie track.
It was the one with the 2 railguns and all the walls, and and it had snow on the ground. You attacked from the bottom right to the top left, and it was, I think, 2 or 3 before the last one. What was it? Yeah, because I remember I sent a couple runners in there to just kind of. Oh no, wait. This is the one that it was real open, and it had the drone silo at the bottom left, and the phalanx running around in the middle, going back and forth. It was that one. I killed all the buildings and all that. I just barely did that because it cost me a lot of zombies. And then I get around, and I'm like, all right, cool, I killed everything. Where's my prize? I've already invested so much into this base. And then it wouldn't give it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably read the what it gives you. Just for anybody listening, if you're attacking something, you go under on the right side. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 little circles. Then you got your boost, and then whatever the red one is, defender. Within the 4 little circles at the top, it'll show what you need to do. So like I'm in a 60 now. It says Kane's forces, defending units receive more damage from fire. Okay, that's 7. But now that sometimes it'll say, you need to kill just buildings. You need to just kill stuff. Like the units.
Here's something that's kind of off topic, but I know we just got upgrades for our armory, which can go up to 50,000 units. But I still think we need to get our regular storage more space. I mean, I'm not really kicking on space yet, but with all these new units coming out, I mean, I'm running out of space.
Oh no, so I agree.
Right now, my armory's not maxed, but I hold 35,000 in it and 40,000 in my other, and I got 34,023 in one, and I got 36,790 in the other. So, I mean, I'm slowly running out of space.
I cleaned up my armory last week. I threw away all my old SF, all my Scorpions, all my Hoovers, everything, and I got.
Oh yeah, I got rid of that shit a long time ago. Hell, I even got rid of my Inferno a while back, but I just rebuilt it.
It was tough. It was tough because I had sentimental values because they've been with me so long. Especially the Scorchers and stuff. I mean, they were such expensive. If you wanted to,
heck yeah, take them out and all that shit.
And the big long time to rebuild them on certain units. My big thing is with things like, for example, not to say that we destroyed them, but the units that had the VXP upgrades. If you got them at level 1 and you spent all that time when they had the VXP shit to upgrade it, now you're scrapping it. There's no real fundamental way to get back to that level if you were forced to bring them back into play for another event. So say like the January event where, I don't know, say friggin' Punishers are needed, or Dante and the Ultra Tanks are needed. And now you've got all your Punishers that you've scrapped because we haven't used Punishers for anything recently, to get them back up to rank 20, rank 30. If you didn't have them as an automatic unlock and build at expert, you're screwed. You're screwed.
If you had them promoted, you could rebuild them at promoted. But
Yeah.
if you're less than 20, or even at 20, you couldn't.
Yeah, 20 and below. I mean, if you didn't have them unlocked at expert or had them unlocked at you're advanced, you're screwed.
Well,
I found out the hard way when I scrapped all my nightmares that were like level 16, 17, because I'm like, I'll never need these. And then I went to build them again in this event for zombies, and I was like, oh, great. They're level 1.
Ouch.
So I'm like, I'm not going to even worry about them. Let me see. Ooh, Jericho came off that side.
Yeah, screen share, Daba. You got anything to
Okay. Yeah.
If you got anything to add, you got any tips, techniques? I'm going to ask out in YouTube. Is there any bases that the players watching this YouTube feed felt needed to be viewed and looked at, and give some tips and techniques for?
No, the tip you need is liberators, hammers.
Liberators, hammers, acolytes, so high.
Put them all in one tune. And just hit them out into the.
Well, but Jericho came in. He came to help out a little bit too. Jericho was a good runner for distraction and getting rid of some of the floating turrets.
Jericho is nice. Jericho is nice for PvE, but not in this.
I used him a little bit in this.
Hey.
I did.
Hold on. I tried testing this tactic with the technicals on the against the.
I don't say shit.
The Herald,
but it's not with the space.
It didn't do shit
in this event. It's not with the space in this event.
Hey, Dutch, check my screen share. Or whoever just said Jericho ain't worth nothing.
No, he's worth a lot.
I didn't say that Jericho is not worth anything.
You've seen it now, but you've seen when I use this tactic on the.
But in this event, you can use him, but better use purifiers, hammers, and liberators in this event.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The purifiers and the hammers come. Well, I'll say hammers. The hammers came out better than Jericho, and better even than the purifiers. Purifiers are a little slow, and the only problem with Jericho is he overfires things. You'll target something, he'll shoot past them if you're not careful.
Even though they're slow moving, yeah, it's rough.
You don't need the Jericho in this one. The purifiers are great because they can absorb a lot of damage, and they can do quite a bit of damage. So you use the purifiers as a kind of a meat shield, but also to do great damage to certain kind of units, like the big gorilla things. You know, but
I just tried to use Jericho, and I didn't have any backup for him. Since they're spawning zombies, Jericho sucks at these little dudes, so you want to have something else with him.
Yeah, liberators to clean up.
What I was saying is, you got 2 anti-air turrets and you got a rail. Well, if I bring ground, I'm gonna get hit with that. But if with Jericho, I can take these 2 out, and I should be able to not be shot with that. Now, I'm thinking that I might outrange to the green railgun, but I'd rather not go to weekly when I'm in the middle of a battle. So that's why I'm just kind of just doing this, progressing slowly forward. But yeah, that's where you got to pick apart bases, look at what you got. This is the old, how I see this event is the old mortar and machine gun. Hellfires for the machine guns, for the mortars type deal. And then stuff here. This is where your hotkeys come in handy, which I didn't pre-keybind. Okay, cool. I just rotate it and then we're good. Oh, this was funny. Me and Doc were in a hangout yesterday. He was trying to show me these drones like lagging behind, as they always do, and they were actually working.
When he tries to show you a problem, it doesn't cause the problem.
He's in the hangout yesterday saying, "Stop working! Stop working!" because he was trying to show me.
You know,
yeah, I agree, City.
Not to backtrack what you guys were already talking about when I had stepped away. But with these the old school VXP units, we did have them in the event prize list a few months back, where you could buy them at expert level. And like me personally, I didn't have enough time to max out everything, so I scrapped the lower level shit that I had, and I bought the new ones. So if Kixeye happens to turn this show on and watch, maybe reintroduce those units at expert level again, throw them back in the event store, and let people buy them.
I got a
That way,
question.
if they did scrap them, and they ever wanted to reuse them, it'd be an easy purchase or an easy build right back to the expert level.
I got a question for everyone. See this defensive mission thingy? Would you guys? It's just something I thought about. You know how we have to go in if we want to skip a defense wave? We actually have to start it and then hit skip at the top.
Yeah.
All right. So once my base loads, there's something else. This double reload.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
If
Slow
there's
reload, laggy lead.
If there's something systematic on the back end that Kixeye's doing, and it's actually like helping them detect, like if they're using it as like a measuring tool or whatever, then whatever. But if not, then alright. Never took so long to get in my base. Alright, so we got you got this defense.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice if you could question for everyone here. Would you
rather than the start and cancel, like hit cancel, you should be able to hit cancel, and instead of it saying cancel, it should just be skip. You can red X out of that box, but like you either start the defense or you just skip the defense rather than have to begin it and then click end. If that's what you're getting at, I don't know.
Yeah, like it'd be nice if we could just hit that defense. I'm not gonna do the defend on screen share because I don't want to lag. So I'll do this one. But where's the? I'm gonna see a 115. I wanna pointers on this one. Anybody see a 115? 116. What's the 115 look like on the map?
It's 115 is the green. I'll find one. It's the only one that I had issues with, and now I can't even recognize what it looks like.
Here it is. I got one.
All right. Good.
Yeah, I'll advance scout it. I got 10 of them.
Yeah, that's it. The green building. Yeah.
So this is the old. I think this is old like Omega base or something.
I believe it was an old Shadow Ops.
Yeah, that is Shadow Ops.
I don't think it's.
What gets me was the.
This wasn't a Phantom one, I don't think, but I think like a year ago or so, this was one of the Omega bases because I remember Peel telling us to hit that with Jericho, and then hit that, and then giving us like pointers on how to do it. It kind of looks like the Omega Phantom base because it was kind of like this with the walls, and you could bank a shot off of this. But look, they go to 10. Yeah, like as soon as you deploy, all this crap starts running. And like I said earlier in the show, if you put an air unit here, all these little bazooka dudes, where they're hiding, will come out, a bunch of them, and kill them with ground. And once you do that, you could Jericho these Hunter in that. And then if you have an Omega Juggernaut, you could just kind of walk the walls at that point with just watching out for these spitters. And I would say either come up from the top like that or the bottom, or just pick a side and then just walk it up. And
what I did was after wasting away all my units the first attempt, what I did is I dropped 4 hammers, 3 hammers and Roland.
Let me show how.
And I actually backed him up with 3 of the the new laser tanks, and that worked well. And I just chipped away, and then I went around the top right-hand side and just worked my way in, and then I brought my Omega Juggernaut to just target walls and just blast my way through. The real bad part of it was the anti-missile bastion. If you'd been able to get rid of that anti-missile bastion, if it was a little bit closer, it would have been a lot easier. I was even running when it first went down. When I was in the space when the maintenance happened, when it went down, I was running my raining blood spec op, and I was taking out building by building, in a row on the way towards that. Towards the anti-missile bastion, one attempt at a time, which was working. But it takes
Let me
time.
show you how good my Spartans work here.
I had a player for science. This person sent a crap ton of stuff up the middle just to kind of bulldoze it. But you got Achilles GS on that side, Achilles GS on that side. They're going to hammer whatever's in the middle. Plus, this bunker, I found out the hard way. If you drop a Juggernaut shell on this guy, and it lands in the middle. The bunker, like if I landed on him, the bunker in the middle will die, but the running zombies won't. So it's like 6 to 10 running zombies in there. Should only be 5 of them if they're 100 space each. But when I hit that, the whole bunker was surrounded with those little runner dudes, and then they started chasing you. And end attack is definitely your friend in this base and as well as the other bases, because a lot of these bases are not one-hit wonders like PvP. Yeah. A lot of people go for one-hit wonders with the PvP, but you can't do that with PvE unless you want to rip the damage. Because like I could sit there with what's his name, Dixie, just sit there and run Mega Phantom over this a bunch of times and keep winning it, but it's not a sustainable way unless you're rich.
On that base right there, if you launch a bunch of chaplains in the beginning to open up a little room, and then bring in one howler to knock out those spitters, it becomes a whole lot easier. And then, like you said, David, Jerichoing those silos full of GS rockets. Once you get all that shit cleared, you can really jug and argue that base to death.
And Vindicators or hammers or something for the spawning zombies that just want to walk around.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what was the most annoying thing with this base was all the little zombies, like this fella right there and that. And they were difficult or too many or anything. It's just got another zombie I got to target. And they were just there. Even like when they hit my Ardra, it wasn't too much damage, but definitely avoid the spitters, because I think it's at this level that the spitters start to have some pretty nasty juice on them if you get too close. But like we were speculating before, you can't tell the range on an advanced scout. That would be something. Advanced scout shows you the range of a unit, like a little circle around him. But he only got like 450 range, so he's probably only going to shoot out to like that trophy. So as long as you stay out of his range and he's not aggressive, then you're good. Now the Jug's got 550 range, but I try to stay away. I use an expendable unit like Libs against the spitters, because this way if he gets hit, oh well, I got more. They got like 100 and some odd bid, maybe.
Punk.
Venom, you were saying that you actually put in some Cyclopses against these zombies?
Yeah, backing up the hammers I had, I threw in the Cyclopses. Basically, the Cyclopses were going after the slower moving zombies because they do put out enough shots, and then the hammers were basically doing the damage with the fire tech. It also helped to have the Cyclopses range to take out bunkers and buildings and stuff like that. Just basically opening up that front end as best I could. Okay. But it was hit and run. It was hit and attack, take out something and attack. It was a very methodical method of doing it. But like I said, after losing so much in the first time, I was kind of limited to what I was going to throw in it the second time. I didn't want to risk, having repair time on shit that I actually want to use further on in the event. So I thought to bring them out, and it worked.
Now,
Hunter's got two.
would you say that those Cyclopses actually worked out pretty well, or would you recommend that, or no, or?
I wouldn't recommend it. It worked, but I wouldn't
Okay.
recommend it. It's touchy, and it's like this whole event. If there's one mistake made, you suffer greatly.
Yeah, I thought they might
I
be
didn't-
good because they constant fire and you got a bunch of little dudes coming at you. But everyone I've heard that tried that, they said the same thing. It just kind of worked, but
It was really a dangerous way to do it because again they're a single target thing. It's not like they can. The hammers being there with them was really doing the majority of the damage. Pushing. I mean, this whole event with zombies, it's not even thinking about it as kill the zombies. It's push them back. Give yourself time, and just keep pushing the hordes back and taking them out slowly.
One thing I found that has helped me out too has been to keep a couple of chaplains on hand. Granted, mine are pretty high level, but for those runner zombies that get past your first few shots, those chaplains really help keeping them at bay.
Chaplains and liberators were definitely the ground troop unit to be using.
what is it?
I tried to use my bone saws with the fire tech. A lot of people were having great success with them in certain waves, but I think I was flooding too many at once. I was just deploying all my bone saws at once rather than trying to control 3 or 4 at a time. So I was dumping like 6 and 7 in the base, and those spitters gone. Just,
See what I'm saying? I can't.
The rocket
I couldn't
guys.
control nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I take hits from those rocket zombies, and the whole platoon of bone saws gone. One poof. Deploy, poof. So I was like, oh, rethink.
Got 3 things that Hunter brought up. Well, 2 that he brought up, and then a request on YouTube. The first one is a question. How many units we were using in like a 3K space? I was using my Jug, 3 Purifiers, and Ardra, and the rest libs. However many libs that worked out to be. And that was my main tune that I went through the first time yesterday, Friday. Or no, wait, today's Saturday, so Thursday. I went through with that tune. And I tried the same.
Anything in here that's not dead?
I just replaced with Ardra. I replaced Ardra with Roland, but kept the purifiers and all that, and that one didn't work. So now my Roland is level 1 and my Ardra is 4. So there's health difference and damage difference there. And now we have an expert.
Oh my God! You guys see this? This is a ground bone saw.
Yeah, and it'll respawn after a certain amount of time too. Once you kill it, it can spawn.
So hilarious.
Like I said, was there anything that caught you guys off guard?
That ground bone saw.
That was
ground,
one thing.
this ground bone saw.
The other thing I was alluding to, Wrong Thinker said, like the last event, we had those moments where you had to kill the trophies, and he wasn't going to put that in, to unlock the final mission, that big extra VXP mission.
I was still looking around for it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't in this one, but there were a lot of the zombie pile trophies in a lot of the bases where you'd sit there and you'd whittle away the entire base, and you thought you got rid of every building. Meanwhile, there was one trophy over here in the corner that was remaining, and you couldn't get that last little sliver, and you're sitting there watching the clock tick down. You're like, God damn it, what do I have left to kill? So you got to be careful. They're getting trickier and trickier with these the trophies that blend in.
Does anybody see know what the?
I'll be back.
Hunter mentioned a pro tip that I was using myself. I call it zombie bowling, where you've got hordes of zombies that are coming at you. Just target them, use them to target other things. Like there's one base with 2 railguns in the front.
Like trying to use a juggernaut to target something that's coming out, so you don't have to get so close and get hammered by a railgun or what have you.
There's a base that's got the 2 railguns, and there's running zombies, and it's a little tricky. But I was able to, on the right railgun, to hit a runner And of course, I had libs to kill the runner, but I targeted the runner just in time, and it barely hit the railgun. Was wondering why an Overwatch would try and. What heavy turrets are people using? Yeah, I'm using all 4 Overwatches just because it's zombies. They're supposed to be good with. They're good for. Supposed to be good for infantry, anyways. I haven't really. They're okay on the defense, but it's mainly my base tune that's killing all the zombies. You guys got an idea what the 100 looks like on the map? There's one of 165. 10.
I'm actually waiting on a repair. Can you believe this?
Yep, I got a lot of my stuff damaged. Went live. There's a 105. There you go, there's a 110. Oh, Texas is at it. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna ask you guys a question that somebody posted, or they made a comment on. They said at the beginning of the event, stock up on the fire tech. So did that actually make a huge difference, or was
the fire tech did make a difference? Yes.
Alright, that's good. Yes. Yeah, I saw the little zombies, the ones that are just like the upper torso. I dropped a joke shell on them, and I'm like, why is it not killing them? And I put the fire tech on them, and then it would just kill them one shot. And that's another way for zombie control, since it's splash. Even like a level 1 jug, it's got splash on them, so if the zombies get close enough, you can use them as kind of crowd control. If you've got the red tech. Wave 21 used the Devo special base. I haven't tried that one yet. I don't think.
But the one I just typed out in chat?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll let Devo tell that. That's his baby, but it works great.
I need a 100, not a 110. Crap.
Which one are you looking at?
Your special base tune for the defense waves.
I'll gladly show it. I mean, it's the same thing I use for invasion. So
refresh before you do. Sounding like a robot again.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Man,
but I love my freaking Spartans. They really just rip the shit out of the zombies.
If you have old school stuff, remember there's I think they're called fracture rounds, I want to say, where they shrapnel rounds. That's what it is. Where they're really good against infantry.
Daba, Hunter's got a task for you.
Okay.
Check the YouTube chat.
Really? Alright, let's see what my task is. I haven't started the zombie waves. Can Daba do a spreadsheet of the number and zombies and type?
In under an hour.
I think it's a great idea.
Hey, Sonny,
it's an awesome idea. Good call.
Yeah, well, I will see what I can do. If you guys aren't busy, if you guys can pull up like one.
Oh man, look at the time. Oh guys, I got. Oh shit. I named one of my tunes after a Russian wrestler. his name was Belzoff, Terry Belzoff.
Um, but the first 2 or 3 you can get away with just one little, like one of your weakest zombies, because you just start one, and then the whole zombie, it'll just make a zombie horde. There's one where it's got a railgun in the front of it, and I would recommend you
zombie.
once you somehow getting the railgun out, like maybe using a boss zombie or like use a few zombies to kind of bait it. Once you get the rifleman in the front, then you'll be good.
Oh god, that was the 155, I think. And if that one, yeah, it was. And if that one gives you trouble baiting out the ERMs, drop a bullseye on the railgun, and then you're done.
That one ain't got a missile bash in it?
No. So I tried a couple of runners, and I just for whatever reason I couldn't get some of the ERMs to come out at me. So I said screw it and dropped a bullseye on the rail, and then it was easy from there.
The ERMs, the ERMs, they would shoot at me, but they wouldn't actually follow me out to where I could get real close. And then I was like, all right, I thought I was at a good range where I could charge at them and start the horde. And just as I took my last step to go fight the ERM, the railgun shot me, and I was like, are you serious?
That's exactly the same problem I had. So I just couldn't get him out of range of the rail. Bullseye it and just run through.
Hey Hunter, the only one I really used the rocket zombies for was the one before the last, because they will outrange the overwatches in the corners and the railguns. But you gotta run. I ran 2 of them. Probably get away with 1. But you just gotta walk around the whole base. That's the most annoying thing with that. And then if you're running 2 of them, you can actually hit the floating AA, the floating what are those things? Firebomb turrets. It's north, east, and west. I didn't see one in the south corner of the base. And like if you're looking at the base where the top point at 12 o'clock is north, the bottom part is 6 o'clock is south, and yeah, it's the north, east, and west side. So the 12, 3, and 9 side of it. And once you get those out, then I just use boss zombies because I thought they were runners. But I click the boss zombies and they just beat up everything. The last one, last one. Yeah, that last one was brutal. The railguns, I would recommend using 4 bullseyes on the railguns, and then just kind of going at it with boss zombies. I'm trying to be cheap, and so I don't have my bullseyes maxed, and so I got robbed when I dropped the bullseye on it, because it took out every piece of health except for a little sliver of it. And I was like, man, so I gotta sit here and upgrade my bullseyes sometime. Guys, so from where my missiles were coming in, the acolytes were tearing up my missiles. That's why I had to use like the untargetables. But I tried to PK the defense lab, and the PKs just got shut down.
Get eyes, brother.
Not if PKs ain't gonna the last zombie one. PKs was the dead eyes are gonna get shot out of the sky. There's a whole pile of. That's another thing. Kill the whole pile of acolytes before proceeding in to free the spitters. Because I just dropped a bullseye on the spitters, and I was like, all right, cool. These things are really, really powerful against me, so let me see how good they are. And as soon as the box opened, they were all dead. I was like, well, that was a waste. And then I just offered it up. I was like, hey, anybody need this? I've already invested too much into it. See ya. And The guys in the sector that I'm in right now are very helpful and tidied it up a little bit. And I was just like, all right, that's the last time I'm doing this one because it cost me way too many zombies. It's mainly if they didn't have the 4 railguns in there, it would be too bad. But you got to send a few zombies in there just to get them. Now, if you can protect your seeker zombie or the rocket launcher one, he will destroy the railguns. But I don't think he outranges them. What's up, Crash? Level 1 Ardra. Okay. So, Sonny, if you use your level 1 Ardra, purifiers and libs, you should be able to get through the 100. Do the brown fast zombies cause much damage? I mean, all the zombies except for the boss really don't individually cause a lot of damage, but in horde, that's what zombies are. You think of like ants. One individual ant isn't gonna do much, but you got thousands of them piling up on you, and you got an issue. So I think of that like zombies. If you got a whole pile of them, it's bad. There's a zombie base with the chaplain in the middle. You deploy one zombie, and just let the zombies swarm the chaplain, and then just let those zombies, once they start to pile up, they'll go destroy on the other side. And they'll start to just pile up on the other side, and Vindicators and Purifiers, and I think they have Spartans, either Spartans or Libs on the other side, and all that should be able to kill off zombies, and they do. They kill off the individual ones, but there's so many of them, they just get swarmed. And what was it? I saw zombies hitting a Purifier, like how they do their little hitting motion. And I was like, yeah, you have an armored Purifier, and zombies just like whacking on the door, like kind of knocking on the door. But yeah, it breaks it down. When they come in, the splash, kill my libs, and, yeah, don't. Zombie ants. Hunter says, hope they don't send zombie ants at us. Sonny, do you have 550 range libs? Because if you do, or anything 550 range, that'll outrange the libs, or the spitters. So this way they won't hit your stuff. Ooh, might have got the growler in the tomb. Oh, you're way ahead of me. Now let's just. I remember this was a base I was using Dina and Attack, if I remember correct, last year. This was a pain. That's a lot of Spartans.
Yeah, but they eat up.
I had I told a player the tune that I was using, and they asked like why I chose libs over Spartans. I was like, well, I just got more of them. But yeah, Spartans do really good against infantry. Like when me and Data were testing the new updates in the preview server, way back when. We're testing like Spartans in the bunker, libs in the bunker, and Spartans in the bunker destroyed infantry. But now I gotta get more of them and more tech. There you go. Oh, neutral. What do we want? Sparky, we do get the little spitters in the last zombie base. There's so many missions, it's hard to keep track of them. No 550 range. No, they didn't nerf the range of the libs. They just put it. They reduced the burst damage. Let me double check. Because they were going to nerf the range, but then community said that would be a bad idea, and so then I think they should have kept it. Because whatever range, I mean, my libs got max range with the tech, and they're outranging the spitters. See, majority is 500 range. 4 technicals mess up level 27 eject.
Taking some damage on that fucking thing.
It's good. It's good that they. So yeah, don't send a jug against technicals. Let me see my range. Yeah.
My
My lib-
technicals versus Jug suck.
Wolfie's out there on YouTube saying 4 technicals mess up a level 27 E-Jug. See, you got an Omega Jug that you're fighting. He's fighting a E-Jug. Yeah.
No, it didn't make much of a difference. But I had the flame tech on it too. Maybe you gotta have just regular tech on it. Mine were level 7 too, so I mean, they should have probably destroyed that Omega Jug, and they didn't do much of nothing.
I mean, let's face it, you can dance around them like a howler.
Well, not if they bring in an Omega War Rig and Aura. That's what I did. I ran a test to see what I could do, if I busted if in my base with a bunch of them. And it was a failure. Now against the Herald, massive success.
Yep, this is definitely a Herald tool. I gotta now see these technicals are smaller too. They're not as high. They're not as tall as Hades with the barrel. It'd be a lot easier to hide them under like a metal storage or something like that. Or I remember I had my Ardra hidden underneath the. What was it? My Ardra's hidden under a war factory inside my base for the ones.
Hey, Dov, you want to present me real quick?
I have no presenting powers.
I will.
And
I will. You should be presenting now.
Make sure you click on his name, little white square.
Yeah, no. No, yeah, he's presenting. Anybody in YouTube?
yeah, I can see it. I got you two up as well.
Okay.
Just real quick, what Jack was talking about. What I run for defense on my base, I usually run 4 corners with 1 hammer, 1 purifier, 1 dog in front, all the way around the base. Your dogs, if you put them on fist, the dogs will go out, and pretty much all the zombies will attract straight to that dog, and it gives your hammer and your purifier enough time to kill it. I've pretty much ran every defensive wave in this event with. I think just that last wave they touched some of my outbuildings on the top here, but other than that, they don't come in, they don't destroy my base. But you can also switch out, throw a hammer. If you don't want to use a hammer, use your rolling on one side. If you want to use Ardra, I know for the invasion I used Ardra, but this was basically my invasion setup. So I have 1 hammer, 1 purifier, 1 dog in front on all 4 corners, and on the 2 sides I have 1 hammer on each side.
So you're using. Let me see. Okay.
Here's what I was talking about against spitters. My Spartans outrange them, kill them so easily and quick.
So you're using on every flank 1 purifier, 1 hammer, and 1 dog.
That's correct.
Hold on, Lonnie.
And all the like I said, all the dogs will go out straight and start attacking the zombies. The zombies are attracted to the dogs. 90% of the time, when they come in, your tanks won't even get touched.
That's awesome.
Your dogs might die. The only thing I could say with this setup, if you're going to use it, if you're using the collar that produces 3 dogs on death of your main dog, make sure you keep an eye on them. Make sure you click them, and make sure you turn them back on fist after they're dead. Otherwise, they'll just attack what's sitting by them, and then they'll sit still. So you might not notice it, but you'll have 3 dogs sitting off in a corner somewhere not doing shit for you. Or if you had them on attack or something, they would actually be helping you out.
Lonnie, is this the 100?
Yes, it's 100.
Somebody on YouTube was asking if somebody could do it.
Present me.
So that so Debo, that
want me to start a new one?
No,
Yeah.
I will present you, Lonnie. But
Here, let me
No,
start. Let
so
me
that
start a new one.
brings you through the 17 and the 21.
Yeah, like I said, I believe it was the last defensive wave. I lost my my mine factory. I lost some of these mines up here that are in between the walls, but they didn't even get in. I had a couple of the floating turrets might have gotten knocked down by a spitter, but for the most part, my entire core was not touched. None of my heavies were touched. It was very minor damage.
That's awesome.
But I will say that like just this like I said, this was the exact same setup I used in the invasion. By the end of the invasion, you will lose the base tune. I can honestly say for this event so far, I've done one playthrough, all defense waves. I lost maybe 3 hammers and all the dogs twice.
About 4 or 5 hours of damage.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's
about what
definitely
I've got,
it's
Yeah,
definitely
but
acceptable damage.
for 80k XP. Yeah,
the thing is, it shouldn't be free. I mean, you should.
Oh yeah,
get
nothing
some
should be
damage.
free. You should always have
you
something.
know. I mean, but in my eyes, in my
am I
ears,
presenting?
it's yeah, you
Yeah.
are. In my eyes, it's an acceptable loss. You know.
Correct.
This
I
is
mean,
where I'm
I
studying
think
my Spartans are shit.
being able to get through that far of get through all the defense waves with 5 maybe 6 hours damage total. I mean that's pretty balanced. I mean you can't expect everything for free.
No, and it shouldn't be too easy either. I mean,
Exactly.
it still have to be a challenge. Huh?
No, I agree 100%. All right, let's watch Lonnie Spartans here.
Hey, Diva, Hunter's
Yes,
mad
sir.
at you on YouTube.
Why?
I told him that.
He goes, "No way! I just regarding what you just said in the defense and all that. No way! I just lost the last defense wave 15 minutes ago. Couldn't have told me that 15 minutes ago."
I apologize. Usually when I do the invasion and stuff like that, I keep my defensive strategy close to my chest, trying to get into that top 100. But since it was over,
So, hey, Lonnie, how many Spartans you use here?
I got 11 there and 12 here, but I could probably do it with just 12 of them.
And what level are your Spartans?
19.
19. I mean, they do pretty awesome against those big
Oh yeah.
big units. You can tell that.
Just seeing all them grenades go, it's crazy. It reminds me of my old SF.
But if you
That was
if you only use the Spartans, they have the corpus.
Corpus above, yeah.
Yeah.
nothing in his base. Maybe if there's a railgun, but nothing in his base is really going to do more than 15% of their health at once.
Yes, that's the corpus buff.
But see, the thing with the Spartans, like you see here, you got to hit and move. Or it's advantageous to do that.
And they got a good amount of splash too.
Kind of like a Vindicator splash.
Look at that.
And the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now you can send one against that railgun and the rest behind him.
Wait,
I forgot to bring my my weaver. I can use my weaver for that.
for the railgun there.
Yeah, just running in at the railgun. I think I'll do that real quick and bring weaver in. Actually, let me take it again. Actually, no, I got that. I got that.
Do you have your Dina? You can take your Dina for that.
Yeah, why did I? No, it's a faction track. You only use faction units.
Is it a faction?
I'll bring him just in case. But I probably ain't gonna use him.
Then use your Fury.
Sonny's asking for the
Yeah, I
repair
could.
technical. You're looking at roughly 27 minutes with after level 10 because of the hour reduction, or roughly 30 minutes per with under level 10, which would bring a tune of technicals for 9 hours.
And I got my hammer hero in here with this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and take out.
I love Roland in this event. Man,
Yeah, he's pretty good in this event.
he's awesome, man.
I'm gonna use him as a meat shield for this avalanche.
Not only me,
Being
shield,
level
I mean,
19,
he
level
got
19, I don't think I'm gonna take much damage. I'm just gonna kill it.
he's not only a me shield, he got some firepower. Move, man. You gas him.
What do we got here? Yeah, see, the most annoying thing about all these bases is that little the boogie flinger thing. Like the zombie version of the Ion. It's got so much range and it doesn't even do that much
I'm gonna
damage.
sacrifice a couple of these. Damn it. Looks like I'm gonna sacrifice all of them.
Now, right there, for anybody watching, hit the defend key and they won't move anywhere, like his tried to do. And see, Sentinel would be good because, like, if you had a Sentinel CC, set a Purifier there, and he shouldn't get any of that the boogie stuff
I'm
on
gonna
him.
sacrifice these two. Just go in here and kill this damn.
You still got the railgun up.
Yeah, I know.
You can take it out with your Fury.
I can get that railgun without taking any damage.
It was funny. I killed this whole base, but the railgun, and there was a bazooka guy somewhere near that railgun, and I had to sit there and bait him out. He was moving so slow.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this thing, and I think I can. I think it hit the railgun.
Oh yeah, if you hit the tower, it will take out. The splash. The splash will handle it.
You should have targeted that watchtower.
See, it doesn't want to listen to me.
Damn man, that's a big tank.
Oh, it did. Nice.
They actually do pretty good. The Spartans against the big units there.
Yep, that's the little bugger right there that was preventing me from getting sending my Furies in. And I actually tried to bait him out over the walls, and he walked all the way to the corner, or like to like the middle of on the bottom left there, where like he shouldn't be walking. He just walked right over the artwork. Wait, is this the one with the Diamond Legion in it?
Yeah, it's back. Damn, really?
What?
That Viper X really taking that kind of damage?
What's hitting you? I'm just seeing explosions around you.
That was a Viper X.
Huh.
Like, what was that, level 79?
No.
It's got like 2 million health, 3 million in health, or something like that.
No, level 100.
Yeah, I want my Viper X to last that long. I'm quite surprised you're doing this base just with the Spartans.
Yeah, but his Spartans take quite some damage. I don't like that.
Power of tokens.
Point it.
What level are they now? 19?
19.
I was waiting for Debo just to be like, oh, well, mine are 20.
I am not. I am 8 tokens shy of being level 20. Hopefully by the time I'm done with this event, I'll have mine maxed out.
So that means you gotta do it 8 times.
I am prepared to make that sacrifice.
Debo, pro tip, just do enough to unlock that last token.
You know what's really sad? I'm in my academy right now looking at it. My chaplains are 19, my acolytes are 19, my Spartans are 19, my liberators 17.
Yeah, mine too. My survivor stuff is kind of slacking.
Yeah, but if you take the token bases, the survivor bases, in my eyes they are the toughest. They are the most difficult.
Yeah, I lost my Mega Juggernaut and one of them for a Disruptor token. Or however many you get for Disruptors, and I was like, okay, that was such a value, such a good trade-off.
Well, last
What-
week I managed to do my first 2 survivor token bases, because before of that I always walked away because my Juggernaut and all my stuff had too much damage. So I thought, no way. I walked away, and last week
What
I
did I
did.
miss here?
Just put them on fist. Put them on fist.
Go kill that Diamond Legion real quick. No, don't kill it. Go back
Oh
to
man, that's such a big dent. How can you miss that?
Blind is a bet. See, how did your faction bar works properly? Mine just keeps saying I'm at max.
Oh my god, you got 7 more technicals.
Hey, Debo,
Yep.
I'd like to see 100 technicals on your account before the event's over.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen.
It will if you do it 8 more times. You should get like 80 of them.
Max your technicals real quick. Debo.
Yeah, for science, we need to see what the max level
All right.
is.
Coin it.
And on the top of your computer there, you'll see a GIF button, and feel free to.
Where?
Hey, mine's blacked,
I don't see one.
mine's blacked out. Sorry, buddy.
I don't see one. I keep trying to get up there, but I can't go up any further. Where's it at?
My mouse.
Well, when you find it, I'll have max level technicals at that point.
All right, that's the agreement. So I've already found it. So you need
Oh,
to.
that's crap. Does that mean I got
All right.
max mine?
Now click.
You
Now click it and send gold.
you can't add on it. The original agreement was that all I got to do is find it. So max them out now.
Oh, I'm gonna find his way around it all, doesn't he? Mine's level 7. How'd that happen?
Why we have lawyers, because people like Dabo find loopholes and everything.
Dava's a jailhouse lawyer if I ever met one in my life.
You're damn right he is.
If I didn't go into
Tell you what, my disruptors this event did jack shit. Just like they've been done ever. I've never even built one.
I built one on accident.
yeah,
They're
And
going to
the
be
only
awesome.
reason- You know why
Okay.
they're level 2? Because that night I accidentally bought Nyx tokens, and I didn't want to start a 3-day or a 10-day upgrade, so I started a 12-hour upgrade on my disruptor, and waited for my ticket for the nice guy to switch out my Nyx tokens for Ardra tokens. Since
Don't hate on them, man. They're going to be great.
I've been saying that since it came out.
Sorry guys.
All they got to do is buff the fire rate on them, and they'll be good. Fire rate,
I still got my 6 blood thoriums.
not the fire rate, the reload speed, and the.
I don't dare to.
Everything on those.
Oh, Debo, are you?
I don't dare to spend my blood
What
thorium.
level's your chaplains, Debo? 18?
19.
Yeah, I figured at 19. I didn't get that many chaplains.
After the invasion, I was 6 tokens short of max.
Damn, that was 2 more rounds.
What about your echoes? Acolytes.
Acolytes, chaplains, and Spartan ZKs are all 19, and my liberators are 17.
You gotta have something that's higher than you. What about your
My dogs are 12.
fuck off? What about your bone saw?
Bone saws? I don't know. Let me check.
You know what? Fuck this. What about your war rig?
My Omega rig is a level 32.
Ah! 34. about your phalanx?
That I don't know. And let me get back in my base. I need to reload twice.
Reload twice. I know. I hate that bullshit.
It means he needs to coin it before he answers the question.
No. I don't really use them, so I wouldn't really coin those at all. I thought you meant bone saws.
Phalanx or bone saws or.
I think my phalanx and my Hades are both 17.
You know.
Lecker.
Yeah, phalanx are 17.
What
Hades
about
are 17.
your Omega Phantom?
Omega Phantom is 34.
$40.
32.
That was
No,
my
32.
First,
sorry.
That was my first level 40 unit.
I got one for you. You ready?
And why I have nothing
you
upgrading in this.
You already know what I'm going to say on this one, right?
Blackout.
No.
Omega Herald.
Oh, that was a low.
Low. My yellow jackets are going though. I'm trying to get my yellow jackets and hornets up.
Way below the belt.
I had to. I'm sorry. What are your Furies? Mine are 20.
19. What about your? Okay, what about your Apollos?
Apollos. Scroll up to find them. 17.
Got a question.
Level 7.
Got a question from a player out in YouTube. Level 40 player, he says he or she, but player says, should I use my blood thorium on metals for Sunder, or should I upgrade my Ardra?
You want to waste your blood thorium?
I personally held off for this event on my blood thorium before I'd spent a dime. I dropped all of them on Ardra. Now, if you have 6, I would suggest, if you want to, this is what I wanted to do and I didn't. I put my Ardra up to level 4. I would have actually preferred to put both my Ardra and my Roland to level 3 each if you have all 6.
Yeah, if you have a good plan, you can get metals bases, and even just go to a
Take screen share, guys. I gotta do something real quick. I gotta send somebody a gift card.
Yeah, don't do it yet.
What? You want to stop screen share? Okay.
Yeah, I was just stopping my screen share.
It's done.
Looking at my PM for it, Lonnie.
Yeah. You kid.
It's done. You're off. You're off the hook.
Thank you, sir.
I'm also watching my my supply to see if it goes up any.
Yeah, same.
All right. So, is there in YouTube any bases they want to see?
They haven't really asked for any. I've been watching YouTube this whole time. We're gonna get flagged for all these names on Lonnie's teams.
No way. Not possible. Just friends of mine. Like my friend Mr. McCockiner. Barry. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Mike Honcho.
My Concho.
Or Mr.
Check
Hunt.
everything.
What about Mr. Hunt and his good friend Hawk? They're both named Mike.
Who's got a good way to?
Mike Hawk and Mike Hunt.
Who's got a good way to do the last zombie mission?
So at the end of the day here, in the end of the event, what's everybody stocking up on zombie-wise?
Well, I want to save on them as much as I can. I only spend the amount that I need to get through the zombie bases because my opinion, they are pretty tough, those zombies. So you might never know what they will be good for in the future.
Hunter, if you were defeated, no, you could not redo the defense waves.
And those zombie units, they will stay on your account. They stay. And
So you play them.
Oh, let's all play the public service announcement game. Take photos of all of your zombies.
Yeah.
Every time you use them, every time you're gonna get off. If you've used 50 of them and you still have 1,000 left, take a picture. You never know what the hell is gonna happen with these updates and everything else that goes on in this game, especially since they're just given to you. You can't build them, you can't do anything with them. So make sure you take as many photos as you can after the event's over.
yes, it is.
Alright. Where's it going? That's the discussion, and this one is hopefully the correct one. There we go. I gotta get page one.
I guess if we are all out of topics, then.
Oh, you ran out of steam, did you?
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I just returned.
I was about to announce the shoutouts, but
Go for it.
but if you're back, if you
No,
got
no,
something
no.
else, if you
Go
got
for it.
if you have something else to say, then
No, because I don't know what you touched on while I was gone for the last 45 minutes.
I did the hunter base with just
Hey.
cartons.
Thank you.
we did some things, but we were about to have some dead air, so that's why I thought
Somebody
We
was
don't
asking.
do that.
shoutouts, but
Well,
Asking the last zombie wave.
Last zombie wave. Well, I'm not up to that, but is anybody up to do that? Or I mean, I could show it and figure it out and waste a whole shitload of zombies on it. If somebody wants to watch me do
that
it.
would be good.
What I said earlier on that is the way to go. Missile City, USA.
Yeah,
one,
actually,
one of the Hercules guys, and I'm telling you, you'll wreck that base. If you take out the railguns with the bullseyes, you'll wreck that base.
The Venom.
yes.
Without SK and without SK here, we need someone else to blow up their units for science and stuff.
Well, what you mean? My zombie missile's not going to help at level 1?
I would do the whole zombie track if I was up to that, but I still got one.
Oh yeah,
I think I got 125 to go is all, and then I got to do the zombie track. Let me look here, guys.
I'm wondering, has any
Hey, I can do the 120 track if somebody wants. If you guys want to watch that.
anybody tested the new
Or
missiles?
125. Sorry, 125.
Hold up.
Hello?
Hold up 1 second. Okay, Dutch, go ahead.
I got.
Oh no, I was just wondering, has anybody tested the new missiles, the zombie missiles?
I have at level 1, and it didn't do jack shit. I launched one missile. It spawned like 3 zombies, and they were the weak little itty bitty crawly ones, and they died. But I haven't
How?
upgraded it yet.
How am I not surprised? Okay, so it was a waste that I bought them. Maybe.
Yeah, who knows until they're upgraded to max. Go ahead, Tadava.
Okay.
I think they're going to be a novelty for this event. Like if you just need that last building or something, or you need that last push for the zombie wave to make a horde. I don't really see a practical use outside of the zombie wave.
Yeah, well,
We got 2 bases for request: the last zombie and the widow base. Anybody
Well,
has-
For me, I thought it would be maybe the surprising act, same as all the zombies, the one-use only zombies that we stack on right now, and that people saving, and then after the event, maybe 8, 9 months later, they come up with some kind of base, and the people that have those zombies that maybe have the I don't know how you say it in English. The positive, the edge,
yeah,
the
yeah,
positive
yeah.
edge
Yeah.
on that. You know.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, speculation. It could be. My thing is, My thing is with the zombie missile, like with zombie tech on Dina or any of them, you have to know which buildings are more apt to spawn the largest number of zombies. So attacking, my suggestion is if you end up with a base and you really want to just play around and drop the zombie missile, or excuse me, not drop, but launch the zombie missile up from the dirt. Power plants and CCs are the buildings, to go aim for. If there's a cluster of power plants, then you can get them all to pop 2 or 3 and then they spawn out. That's awesome. But if the CC is too high level, it's not going to fall anyway. So.
But as it is subscribe, if you read the information, it says if you upgrade it more, then they give you more zombies.
More zombies
Yes.
and slightly stronger ones, yeah.
Yeah. Is it only the numbers or only the health? Because if it's only the numbers, it doesn't matter anything without bases because they are shut down like in seconds. I mean, what we need is durable zombies.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to have a health boost. Well, let's see here.
Yeah.
All right. So it does 8,000 damage at level 1, which is what mine is. Go here to mine. Souls. All right. Level 2 does only 250 damage more. Terror's ground delivers a zombie area. And I'll waste my gold. Why the hell not? All right.
Screen it before you do.
Not too late. I already went to level 2.
No, because this way you have a record of it.
Okay. Whatever. All right. Well, I'd have to add more gold. I'm down to 19. Level 3 does 8,500. 3 days upgrade for 40 million metal and Thor. It doesn't show any increase to health. It just says an increase is an upgrade to increase number spawned. So yeah, it's just basically the number, the quantity, not the quality. Sadly.
There's a picture thanks to a player of them at max. It's on the Unshackled page, and it looks like it's got. See, it doesn't tell you how many missiles or how many zombies you get, but it's only at 9,000 damage.
So it's a novelty unit. I mean, that's like the Atlas. I mean, Atlas does nothing. It's just to soak up, to deter things, to make things, shoot at it, and that's 7,500.
That's
the Tomahawk.
Does the time go down to build it? The higher up you get?
Nope.
No.
Still 12 days. Or 12 days, 12 hours.
Well, the build to build them, it's 5 seconds.
No, it's 12 hours.
Where do you get 12 hours on? Hold on, let me see.
At max level.
12 hours. You're right. 12 hours. You're right. 12 hours. 1,500 metal, 1,500 oil.
At max level, I think they're instant, guys.
You know what?
They're not. There's a picture on the Unshackled page on them at 12 hours at max.
You know what they should change too? As the build time of the Atlas missiles, 2 days.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh.
Nobody uses them though.
Yeah, no. If they would,
if it was instant, I would actually find a use for them
because they
soak up damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
they can actually soak up more damage than a Deadeye.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if a bullseye.
That would certainly help people dropping in
PK.
Titans and heralds and stuff.
Yeah, PK. Yeah, they soak up more damage than a PK.
because they're so high health, but that's what they was built for.
I
That's
was
what they was made for.
I was liking the way it was going because lately the old missiles they were coming back,
Dead
now
eyes.
and now they are actually screwing it up again. It's not a nice word to use, but no, they're putting it back again because they are giving more units lately the ability to target missiles.
Yeah.
And they are putting more of them units into the bases.
Well, they was going away from that. That's why these things came back. Like the SF couldn't target missiles. The only thing could target missiles before was lips. And so now, if we'd had acolytes or like I have Spartans in my bunkers, I would have had to run something like a bunch of AA plasmas and what was that? A Chronos missile?
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, the Chronos.
I liked it. I liked it that the missiles came back. But now also what they screwed up is now the missiles launched from the wrong side of the base.
Yeah.
Normally they were launched from the outside, and now they are launched from the inside. So they get
They can launch.
Yeah, they have a longer path to cross.
Yeah.
Get shot up easier.
Depending on where you target the missile, it'll depend like if it spawns inside or outside. Because if you target the edge of the base, it'll come from the outside to wherever it spawns. Usually it's relative to your base, but not always.
Are you doing this 125?
But if it is that the yes, they're asking for 170. Yeah, that one.
That's the Widowmaker.
Yeah, the Widow.
Yeah.
Look at all those trophies.
Using car ramrod.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the Widowmaker.
Trick with this, there's a spawner building up at the top. And just kind of send your
that's nice. My war rig is wanting to buck up.
Nice. Half a war rig.
No. Ruby's still freaking on.
There's some sound effects.
Ruby is a cold-hearted bitch.
Although when the zombie spawns, like when you're doing zombie waves, Ruby can be your best friend. She kind of helps zombies do their own thing.
Oh, so you're putting your war rig into it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the other slaughtered those big guys.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, man.
That's also my war rig I'm throwing at him.
Just mow it down.
Done.
Look at that bitch slaughter all those zombies, man.
Well, but what? And your war rig's maxed out at this point, right?
Level 34.
Okay.
And as you can see here, you get one of each.
Yeah, 15. You get 15 tokens.
One of each unit. You got 15 Gen 1 units currently.
Mm-hmm. And
One
a
of
big
us.
300 bonus with your boost.
One of us.
Oh, and just for the record sake, Gen 1 units are those that we had before, like Chaplains and Cyclops, where they did not have a level 10 buff. Where Gen 2 are ones that have the buff. I saw this question come up in forums. So, like Libs, Acolytes, Purifiers.
That's the only time I use Vindicators in this whole event.
Pretty much your Gen 2 stuff is stuff that's got the tokens in the store.
The reason I use them because I had 200% bonus to vehicles right there. I just slaughtered that shit.
Oh yeah, you know what? That does count as a vehicle. I didn't even think about that. Alright, now, Lonnie, did you
18 minutes of damage. Not bad.
Did you have a good way for that last zombie wave?
I'm ready for it. I have no idea how to do it.
Bullseye the rails.
I got it. Yeah, bullseye the rails and
Somebody screen share it and let's talk about it.
Well, I gotta go through the rest of them first.
I got to get some resources.
I'll screen share it. You guys tell me what to do.
How many bullseyes do I need?
A live show, so you basically just out of order.
You need actually, if you can do more bullseyes, then what? Like I would use. Let me show you. Let me show it. Let me put a tune together of what I would use for that base. I would put 2 zombie bosses. I would put 2 of the rocket zombies. I would put about. These are the no good ones, so I'd put about even 10 of those, or even 5 or 6. I mean, you want to use the least most, but you want to make sure you get enough to get to the back. If you can get to the back and start killing the acolytes before you pop the spitters with the rails out, you'll kill the base easily. Maybe a couple runners with your zombie bosses, and then 5 of the walker zombies. The walker zombies actually put out a lot of damage.
What was in your first squad?
A couple rocket zombies, because I would use them to go in behind my zombie bosses and take out the there's
Overwatches.
Yeah, the Overwatches at the front. You can probably even go with 1.
So is anybody else as disappointed as I was when you went through your zombie inventory and realized that you weren't winning or getting any spitters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very angry.
Way to bum out the whole group.
Now, I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Did
Did you hear that too? It was just like a mellow. Yes.
I don't use zombies for the first wave nor the second wave on this.
I'm gonna make sure that I have enough zombies at the end of this thing to flat Devo like 6 months from now.
I'm gonna wait until a year.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You wait till everybody's done with the event and they reset their base back for air, and you just go in with nothing but zombies.
Then they're very happy that you came.
What
I presented you.
Data keeps saying that he could just use his building spawn last stand defenders along with zombies. Like he would use a zombie to infect the building and then use the building spawn last defenders, and just have the zombies and the last stand defenders just wreck like a medium base.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah, definitely.
Why you never have the busted status on anything that you're running with zombie tech, obviously.
I can't remember how this one does. I can't remember how I did this one.
Also, if you're fighting these guys and you don't want to deal with last stand defenders, put on an anti-personnel shells.
Yep.
That way you don't have to deal with them coming out of the buildings.
I have one of them, I think.
I might help by attack.
Yeah, but a lot of tech also got those busted status.
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie, you hitting it or something to it?
This is the 130. I'm not even using zombies on it.
Yeah,
this one, I believe, pretty much handles itself.
Yeah, he's got to suck them into the middle and let them die. Let them turn to zombies.
This is where I set up bullseye, and there's spitters that come out of this box here. But if you don't have the acolytes, they'll die instantly. You got railguns there, railguns here and here.
Yeah, you just let it kill itself.
And I went to go kill this defense lab right here, the PK. It came from this corner, and who was saying about the PKs spawning in the middle of the base?
Not spawning in the middle, but they were coming from the north side instead of lib spawn.
Well, they, no, not from the middle of the base, but normally if you are entering a base, they spawn from the outside of the base. And now, lately, they spawn from the inside of the base. Not the inside, but from...
See this zombie box right here? I put a PK over here, and it spawned like there. But if you since my PKs were coming from the right side over here, if I put a PK like way over here, like for that, yeah, it would spawn. I would expect it to spawn like here, because it appears, based on my testing, not just this base, but even in the past when I've been using PKs, it appears it spawns 12 seconds flight time from the target. So probably about 900 range from the target. If you were to like get a ruler and measure it out. So like if I targeted here, it'd probably spawn about here. I think this might be a miss in that one. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I tried to get zombie hordes going, but I couldn't get it.
Is this a zombie track?
Yep.
Is this the last of the last?
Yep, this is
What?
the last one.
Oh yeah.
The bazooka guys will get these two railguns, but you gotta protect them from these guys. The acolytes. This is a weird sight to see. You got Corpus, Sentinel, and Liberators just all coexisting in the same base.
But you don't really need to do them. You don't really need to do the last two. Nope. Yeah, you can think about it, but no. You don't really need them.
What do you get, 150 between the two?
I'm not sure how much you get from them, but
You get like 4 or 5 bosses, or 3 or 4 bosses from the last one.
I got 3 from the 170, and paid out 50 million or 50,000 EXP.
I think I skipped the last two, and I believe I got 4 boss guerrillas, or how you the guerrilla guys. I believe I got 4 of them.
Anybody happen to notice? Is there any honeypot base with some decent resource payout or what?
Nope.
Not this round.
You're
Not
better
this
off.
round. That kind of short changes.
You're better off wrecking 60s.
Yeah.
But the higher levels they got give you decent amount of resources, but it's not it's not as they used to have it like the level or mission 3 or 4 that they give that much.
Yeah. It used to be really helpful for the lower levels and the mid levels to get enough resources in the early, like 3rd or 4th mission. One would do the metal, the next one would do oil, and you'd be fine. But this is no.
Many people using your war rigs this event. Mine's only level 13, and not sure if it would be useful in this event at this level. Hunter says that. If you got the fire,
13 is good.
Sure, it would. If you got the fire tech, hell yeah.
Keep something like
zombies up.
ISAs, yep. One of the event shoes. Hunter says this has been one of the best event shoes. Thanks. Great work.
You're so full of crap.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got 3 of those big monsters, and I skipped the last 2 zombie bases. So, but I'm gonna tell you, those rocket zombies, those are the ones you gotta keep. I mean, they can.
But you can't use them in your base.
Put them in your towers.
I
put
don't
rocket
know.
zombies in the
Fuck a
towers.
herald up, man. They would fuck a herald up so easily.
No, they fuck up everything. I mean, no, they got a pretty good damage against my Titan. And I thought,
Yeah, but what are you going to use it for? You know what I'm saying? No, they ain't really using it for its platforms.
No, but
Yeah.
Got
Got a point, don't I?
Yeah, can you not use them in your base defense? No.
No.
Nope, zombies don't get base.
Man.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? No. No. Yeah. No. Okay.
It would
Well.
be kind of useless because if I came to your base and I seen a fucking 4 or 5 of them in your base, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
It was
attack your
scary.
base and I'm gonna end attack,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna go back into your base and they're gonna be gone
Yeah.
because they're one use.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. But yeah.
well, did we
But
did we
that-
touch on the forum posts and all about them in the Unshackled page? For those who didn't see it, about how they the aspect of PvP and leaving them on the world map.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
they do nothing because we tested that.
Yeah,
No, but
it was tested.
No, but if you attack a full platoon of those zombies, yeah,
Mhm.
you attack them and then end attacked, then they're all gone.
No, we tested
that's
it.
the thing. That's the catch-22.
That's not
If you attack them,
You're
and
not
you
using
kill
them.
them,
You're
or
being
you
attacked.
attack. Exactly. It's all in deployment. The person who holds them has to actually deploy them. Now, if I have a platoon of zombies and I attack somebody else with that platoon,
You attack the tune, yes.
Yeah, but
my
how-
shit goes poof.
How would it seem if you putting a platoon together with those zombies and you put them out on the map?
Exactly.
So that tune is sitting on the map, and another bugger walking by sees,
Mhm.
hey, that's something zombie. So he's going to attack the platoon, and then
Let's do this.
You see, that's the thing. It's not. That's what I thought before, and I actually contacted Daba directly about it because it was a question of mine. And what it turns out is it's not linked to your deployment, or excuse me, it's not linked to the battle. So having them in battle isn't the thing that changes whether or not they get they evaporate or whether they're repairable. It's whether you deploy them. So as long as you are in control and you deploy them into battle, then those units are subject to disappearing. But if you are not controlling them and somebody attacks you and deploys something else into the battle, because you're not the one who initiated the attack, your zombies are on a defensive stance and they don't necessarily disappear. They actually go into your queue and you repair them like any other unit.
Hey, Venom,
Yes.
sounds complicated.
if Lonnie is willing to help me with some with testing, I'd like to kill one of my or test this with the zombies just to have it live documented on the map.
Sure.
But Lonnie's got to be
It's up
willing
him.
to. He's got to be willing to lose a few ERMs.
ERMs?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you attack
You're
my
gonna
zombie,
have a zombie and you're gonna have him attack it, right?
and then I'm gonna not do anything. I'm gonna retreat it. That's gonna be the first test. The second
All right.
test is going to be I'm gonna kill his ERM, and then
Mhm.
I'm gonna retreat it. And the third test will be
Well, no.
him ending attack after, like him just
Yeah,
attacking.
test one. You have a single zombie in your platoon. You have 3 single zombies. Test
Yep.
1, he attacks you and you retreat. Test 2, he attacks you, but you kill his ERM.
All right,
Don't retreat.
I'm gonna put 2 or 3
That's-
tunes out around my base of ERMs. Just 2 or
Well, just
ERMs
use-
in each tune.
Just use 2 ERMs or 1 or whatever. It's only it's only scientific.
ERMs.
To prove post. To prove point. Yeah, but I don't know which zombie
Just
he's gonna
one
use.
ERM,
I don't
one
want him
ERM
using
in
a
it.
Use
zombie.
the crappy zombie.
one ERM in each tune.
Use your boss ones.
I got. Damn! That's expensive science.
And I know I'm a moderator and an Unshackled member and all that. I'm supposed to care about the community, but I think a regular weak zombie would do the same just as a boss zombie for the test.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
I don't know.
Sure,
Those
Lonnie.
ERMs are pretty strong.
They are, after all.
And since we're right next to each other,
Yeah.
I'll put them around your base.
If I can actually get in. Like legit, as I said, let's do this test. I flash crashed.
Imagine Dauber.
Just
Dirt
like
Dauber.
yesterday. Just like yesterday when we did the whole thing, my camera says, "Oh, it doesn't want to work," and then right after the show ended, it worked.
Yeah, it's been that way. This has been a hokey
Even my
week.
other computer's camera didn't work, and I was like, "That's quite surprising." All right, any day now. Because my buddy Militarism, he had a tune of his killed. I don't know if it was on purpose or for science, and he was able to repair them just regular on the map. And he said, I think it was like 3 or 4 of them was like an hour, but nothing official on that. All right, so in. Nope. All right, cool. Maybe we got hope this time because my screen isn't scrolling. And Hunter's asking, can you put zombies by themselves in a tune? And the answer is yes, you can.
Yep.
Yeah, I got zombies by themselves in a tune right now.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you have a tune and you have a mixed platoon of zombies and acolytes and liberators and whatever, and you deploy your full platoon in a base, the zombies are deployed and you attack the base, and your acolytes and your liberators and whatever else is in there don't take any damage, and your zombies don't take any damage, or your acolytes, you lose some of your acolytes, but your zombies take no damage. When you return to view your platoon, those zombies will be gone.
Now, see, what I do is I put them in squads, so I can, if you put it in a base and attack a base, but you don't deploy that squad.
Oh yeah, that's different.
You keep those zombies, but if you deploy that squad, they're gone.
Exactly.
No matter if you accidentally do it and retreat it, they're gone.
Yeah.
I did that with a boss zombie thing, and it was a runner zombie.
Ouch.
I put 2 boss zombies in the second to last one, where because I went around, killed all the heavy guns, then the game went down. And the funny thing is, I was the one that put up the 27-minute warning or whatever, and I totally forgot about it at the 5-minute mark. And I was like, oh, let me just go do this base. That's the next one. And I lost 2 seeker zombies. So then the rockets. So then I put 2 more in. I killed them, and then I was like, oh, just 2 more runners. And then there was 2 boss zombies come out, and I was like, oh, you suck.
You jackalope.
All right, so I've got 30 walkers and 45 of the regular ones. That's cool.
You ready?
All right. So you're gonna attack. You're gonna attack his platoon and then retreat, or you're gonna retreat, Daba, right?
He's gonna attack my tune, kill my rifleman, then retreat.
No. You're going to attack first.
Okay, that's fine.
Fa, you attack, and then what, Daba? You're gonna retreat.
I'm just waiting for him. I'm at his base.
Wait till I pull my tune out.
Waiting for science. Waiting for science.
I gotta get my screen share friendly.
I'm impatient with science. Science is pissing me off.
Let me know if you can see my screen, Venom.
I'm on you.
Is it just showing black?
It's just showing black.
Okay. All right, take 2. I tried just sharing my Facebook.
Tell me when you're ready, and I'll attack you.
Yeah, I'll just do the full screen. Okay, so you got me presenting, Venom? You got your little white thing on there?
I got you presenting, yes.
All right, Dutch, you got your little white box on me?
You're up on YouTube. I'm watching. It's fine.
All right.
You ready, Fred?
Waiting for paint to dry. Yes, you are.
You ain't got no zombies in that tune, bud.
All right, now I'm ready.
Jesus Christ.
Goodness sake. You got to okay. Now.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So,
am I gonna damage this tune at all?
no. For the first thing, you're gonna attack, and you're not gonna do anything. You can deploy something, but don't damage him, and then he'll retreat, and we'll see.
All right, retreat your tune,
damage. Quickly, click the retreat button. For science.
Now, if you can call that tune back to the world map, you don't even got to go into your base.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So you got the defeated scene. Now, how many zombie platoons did you have when we started?
The
You had
singles.
4, correct?
No.
Yeah, but you had 4 total.
Don't count him. These are the ones I specific made for the test.
Okay.
So it's champion, hunter, and dragon. So
All right.
it was champion that I believe that I deployed. I could be wrong. I know somebody. Whatever.
I'll tell you exactly which one.
I got 3 of them. So retreating does not kill your zombies. All right, now Lonnie, I want to.
Dragon was the one. Dragon was the one that you deployed.
Okay, so here's dragon again. Ironically. All right, so attack me again, and this time deploy a rifleman.
I deployed last time.
Yeah, but this time shoot his zombie.
No.
Put a little damage on it.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, you're gonna kill him? Okay.
Either way.
No, that's a good test. So you deploy, he kills. So that's the good defense setup.
I'm coming after you.
Yeah, I said send 1 because I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess I'll be all right then.
Yeah, they're riflemen. Damn.
So I can't control them. All right,
So
so
you
now
want me to end attack?
No. No, let him let Lonnie's let Fox.
I can't control him either.
Yeah. So end attack, and I want to see if it makes my tune is still on the map.
Yeah, because I've never seen a zombie tune damaged. Yeah, your tune's still there. Your tune is still there.
And I'm damaged now.
Yeah, and it's got a damaged zombie.
Nice. Interesting.
All right, so successful defense will leave your unit still on the map, but in whatever damaged state it happens to be in. That's cool.
So look, there's the zombie, the one zombie, and there's the other zombie showing that it did take damage. All right, cool. Now I want you to
kill it.
Well, killing it obviously will. Oh yeah, kill it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So fuck you. You attack and kill his zombie completely.
Okay.
And Daba, don't touch anything. Don't do anything. This is an offline style attack.
Just for notes, it is the dragon platoon.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it keep starting me zoomed out?
They've messed something up recently.
What's up, asshole?
I'm not going to overkill. I'm not going to overkill. Maybe I am.
Run! You can do it.
You can do it. Do that today.
Oh, that fire!
I think that probably
some
killed
marshmallows.
All that too much firepower there for that one little zombie. Come on now.
You never know. That could have turned into 502 spitters.
Yeah, right.
With kick size montage, yeah, you never know.
Right.
It's like my surprise on the 100 base. Killed those little prisoner dudes. Those boss zombies spawned. Holy shit. Nearly
I
crap
did that
myself.
whole base with Spartans. Pretty nice.
That's because you're an animal, Lonnie.
Is that all the tests you want to do for science or Big Cheese?
Now we got to look at what his platoon
screen sharing?
looks like. It should. Yeah, you're still screen sharing. Should come up and in the repair queue.
I got one word for that.
Instant. Wow.
Where's Dragon? To the left.
Right there, damn it.
Yeah.
8 minutes. No, 9 minutes. Cool.
It didn't kill it?
Nope.
No, it killed it.
It
killed
take it
but it's
from
a
you?
repair.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't
lets you
remove it from his
repair it.
inventory. Yes.
From the
That
looks
was-
of it,
Oh,
they only go away if you deploy it. If you
Yep.
use it in an attack. If you get attacked, you're not losing it. You just have to repair it.
What's the
I think
repair
that's
like?
actually.
that gives me an idea.
9
Whether
minutes.
That gives me an idea. Make sure nobody's screen sharing in
All right, so screen share. Fuck you.
whether or not this is intended or not is another story. You know, they probably will.
Well,
I think
because I think it is. Because if you went around the map hitting everybody's zombie tunes when they're doing the track, and as soon as you start attacking them and then ending it,
Everybody would launch their zombies in day one.
Based
Yeah.
on that video, they said many times it's only when you deploy, like all over the forums and stuff. So I think it's intended that when it gets hit on the map, this is as Skip would say, me speaking as a player and guesstimating, I think it's intended because, like you said, it says in the text only when you deploy it. Now we could have like a zombie versus zombie fight someday, but then the attacker would lose the zombie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we've been running for over 2 hours, and I hope we did more informative stuff than banter. But I think it's about time we call this show to a close. And I'm sorry, David, that you just came in at the tail end.
That's all right.
Let's go.
I thought that's why you were closing it, because God's Scope and
Probably.
All right.
I'm not even going to be upset about that.
All right, we're gonna do our shout outs and a 1 to 10 rating of the event as you see it. So give us your 1 to 10 and shout out whoever you want.
Before you do that, take me off screen share so this way whoever's talking can
Actually, before you do that, I think we was requested to go to that. I believe the forums it is, Daba, and Wrong Thinker is supposed to be answering some questions.
Yes.
So Wrong Thinker's got a beautiful forum post. It should be pinned at the top of the forums. Go to kickdown.com.
Ask me anything.
And
AMA, that's dangerous.
so here's the guidelines that you can do with this post. Actually, you know what? Here, I can screen share if you want. This way. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so this is CM Chris, our Kickstarter community manager. Hi, Commander's our lead designer. Y'all known as Wrong Thinkers, doing an AMA here on the forums. So ask me anything here on the forums. We've done these previously, but here's a reminder of how it works. Submit your question in this thread. These must actually be questions. Don't just list something you like or dislike. You won't get a response. He's not in charge of the performance or tech side of the game. That is someone else.
I'm glad that's Sobocop.
There we go, Sobocop. That's Sobocop's thing. So this is not Sobocop. So lag and all that stuff up here. So don't worry about those types of questions. Stay constructive, forward thinking on topic for the discussions as much as possible. Moderators are watching this thing, so please be nice and keep our jobs easy. On Monday, we'll be gathering the questions, passing them to the Wrong Thinker, compile a list of answers, when we will post in a separate thread. We will not be accepting new questions after 10 p.m. PDT on Monday. So that would be 11/12/1 Eastern on Monday, and for everyone in like GMT, that'll be 6 o'clock GMT. So you can figure out the rest of that wherever you are. Once it's posted, feel free to ask any follow-ups or for clarification. Apparently, Wrong Thinker will be watching. Do not ask brand new questions. These should be related to one of the answers that he's given. Most likely, moderators will be watching that one as well, that new one. If your question was not picked, don't feel bad. There's many reasons questions aren't picked, or why he hasn't answered your question specifically. The biggest one being he's extremely busy, and we don't want to completely bury him to the point he doesn't have time to be a lead designer. Bearing those guidelines in mind, fire away. So that one, and there's people already on this one. You already got 2 pages on that one. Another one I want to address before we close up. I don't know why it's starting me on page 6. Let's go back to page 1. Here is a what our new CM, interim CM is doing is he puts the actual event stuff, and then he leaves a forum thread specifically for discussion of this stuff here. So we're up to 6 pages now. So you guys have been doing a great job on feedback. So anything you have any issues with the event, check the other pages. Make sure it's not already been posted. If it's a new topic, go ahead and post it. And because I have seen CM Chris commenting on here, so it appears he is watching this thread. And he also did when the updates went up. I think he updated this as well in here. So just keep an eye on this one, and
All right,
Plus,
so keep your eye on the forums for the discussion thread and the post that'll link you to other parts of the discussion, and
We'll
keep
post
your
the
questions
link on
constructive. Yep, we'll put those up
we'll
right
try to
at
get
the
them
end of the show.
as soon as I find out about it, it'll be up. If you guys don't catch it sooner, but yeah, if you go to the main forums, as of right now, they're the top two.
Cool.
And there's the if you need any event stuff, it's there.
The briefing. All right. Okay. So starting with our late entree, David, or whoever, shoot your 1 to 10 and your shout outs to whoever you want to shout out to.
Okay, well, right now I give it a 2. For even after their freaking improvements, I still got a DC and basically 2 days of repair. Thank you, kick size.
Ouch.
Darn it.
No. Speaking of that, they give me 50 coin and then they take 50 coin away, saying we credited you with the coin, but we're going to take it away again. I'm still waiting on a response to that. So
That's okay. They credited me 50. I didn't get it, so I sent them a ticket telling them I didn't get it, and they gave me the 50 along with another 150.
Yeah, well, you get lucky. I say I didn't get it.
I really hate you right now. God.
Yes. I hate you.
Feel the love.
So yeah, I get 50. It gets taken away. Right after that, I get basically 2 days of repair from a DC. So I give it a 2. Now my shout outs go to everybody in the YouTube panel for putting up with you guys for over 2 hours. A big fuck you to Godscope for getting 200 gold.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's jealous.
Yes, just spread the love, okay? Everybody on the panel for putting on the show. Daba and fuck you for doing the experiment for science. Other than that, fuck off. Everybody. This event has made me want to fucking quit because of that. That's how close I am.
Excellent.
Diva. All right. So on to Daba.
Yeah. So, surprisingly, most of what I'm getting is zombie fire stuff. So, yeah, it's not really superb on that. But on the flip side, I'm glad there's not much superb on that because it's just the technicals, I believe, that we got to upgrade as far as units. So,
and anything you haven't upgraded since.
All that, but I'm glad that they're not giving us like hordes and hordes of stuff to upgrade. I like that. The technical seems like a great unit. The idea of the defense wave one hit to skip. That's cool that we can skip, but it's kind of a bummer. It's only on one hit, so like a BBC or something. I saw a lot of those issues in the forum. A lot of people posting about that. What is it? The XP is beautiful. I think the average was over 40,000 per wave. If you take all the waves, add them up, and divide by the number of waves.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the most I've ever seen. So that's great. All 3 tracks were fun. It's very strategic.
So 1 to 10?
So on that, combining all that together, I'm going to give it like an 8, only because, not a 10, because it's very, very long, and now I'm getting more XP. I'm only getting like 1 per day. So it's very time consuming.
All right, Debo.
I give it an 8, 8.5. It's a lot of fun. These events are always a lot of fun.
You are robotic.
Yeah, don't miss the robot though. No, it's okay. Just finish up and okay, never mind. All right, 5.
Bye.
And my turn.
1 to 10, and your shot.
0.
Cool.
Okay. I'll give it a 5. Only for the simple fact the zombie track was spot on. I really enjoyed it. I want to give a shout out to the OP units in some of the bases and just like the OP spitters. That's my main bitch. I mean,
yeah.
The thing is, if you ain't watching everything you do, and you fuck up one time, it could cost you a day of repair. Simple as that. If you're running a jug or anything like that in your base, you could be working on a day of repair for any little fuck up. Or running a jug in your tune in some of them bases. Yeah, you could be very, very screwed with that. But with that said, I want to give a shout out to the two RAVers that won gold last night. Congratulations for that. I want to shout out to Dava and Anton for making me freaking put 5,000 gold in my account. They made me do it. They twisted my arm.
Lies.
With that said, that's all I got to say. Fuck zombie spitters.
All right. Back to you,
they're not
Doxy.
spitters. They're not
Finish up your
spitters.
comment. You said 8 out of 10.
They're booger tossers.
All right, Dom.
One of you, one of the Debos is muted. I don't know if it's the real one or the fake one.
The real one, I'm sure, is the mute.
Will the real Debo please stand up?
There you go.
All right. Yeah, I give it an 8.5. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy these zombie events. Just a shout out to Venom. Thank you for putting on the show, helping out when you stepped away. Everybody in YouTube, everybody in my clan, the assholes, and Sector 173, and I'll even give a shout out to RAV and 116.
Oh, that's sweet.
Even though I'm not winning any fucking gift cards.
Gift Rider.
Well, that's certainly not going to boost your chance.
You'll be entered into that.
Hey, it's in the mail, man.
Hold on. All right. Godscope will come back to Fear at the end. Godscope.
Well, I don't really have very many shoutouts. I came in here at the tail end. Thanks to Dutch and Venom for putting on the show, so I've heard, and letting me come on. Thanks to Kicksai for having actually a fun event. It's challenging, and the last couple events for me haven't really been challenging, and this one's been challenging. It's the first time in about 5 months that I haven't breezed through all the defensive waves. I actually didn't make it through the last two, so it's given me some new ideas as to how to beat them, and I like that. It's a challenge. If you're not failing, you're not growing as a player. And as for a rating, I'd probably give it about a 7. I've experienced more than usual performance issues, and I've done everything I can possibly do on my end to minimize them, and they still keep popping up every now and then. And yeah, I like the zombie track. It's fun. It's new. I really, really, really enjoy it. And the attack waves on the main track, I'm with Fought. Them fucking spitters can go right to hell.
Libs, man. Libs on the spitters. They outrange them.
Yeah, I know. That's all.
I did find that Spartans do kick their ass.
Yeah, Spartans.
Spartans kick their ass. Phalanx, if you keep them moving, kick their ass. But if you misclick one time, your entire tune of Phalanx is gone.
Oh, Phalanx don't do hardly shit to them compared to even Spartans.
No, dude,
Shift, hold shift, and then it won't misclick. Like when you hold shift, it'll only click stuff that it can target.
Don't use Phalanx.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah. Howlers.
Howlers a lot better.
Howlers, Libs, Jericho, like anything with range.
Oh, and technicals. They work too. I built the first 3 I unlocked. I built those 3.
Mine
and
are level 7, and they're good against air, but they suck against ground.
Oh, I put the flamethrower on my technicals at level 1, and they did an awesome job.
Against what?
Against the spitters and the boss zombies.
I did it, and I put it against the like a attack team, like a normal attack team. The Jug, Warrig, Ardra, and I had 10 technicals with the flame tech on them, and they got wrecked. Literally got mangled.
All right. Jack, you're up. You get your shot. Anybody you want to say anything to?
Yeah, shout out to you and Dutch for putting the show on, the panel, YouTube. Assholes in 173. Rave, appreciate you guys letting me be an honorary member, part of your family. And shout out to Pigtails.
Nice. And quick 1 to 10 on the event. How did you feel about it?
I'm gonna give it an 8. The difficulty. I mean, aside from the spitters, the difficulty I don't think is. I don't think it's out of line. It's definitely challenging. My biggest drawback is the length of it to get through a full playthrough. That's probably my biggest rub.
All right, Peel, be good. 1 to 10, and any shout-outs.
I give it 110.
Awesome.
Purely on the fact that thank you, Kickstarter, for giving me deployable zombies I'm gonna keep for eternity. So expect me to fucking use. I'm gonna build like 1,000 of them motherfuckers or more. Don't even think I'm gonna use this to the fullest and troll or everyone. You'll see. I'm gonna have 1,000 fucking zombies still by next year.
I already got 4,000 zombies, bro.
I'm gonna be deploying these motherfuckers next year towards and trolling people like I do with my dropships. They're gonna be crying like little bitches, and I'm gonna be loving the whole hell of it.
All right. Any shout outs to any player?
Yeah, to Kickstarter for that single reason.
All right, brother. All right, Dutch, please.
Yes.
Final words.
Well, my number is 8.5, and I actually love this event. I don't know where all the complaints come from, but you gotta be creative and you gotta be smart and take your time. Look at the base, take your time. Take your time to think what you're gonna need, and then carefully pursue or do the job. And yeah, I had fun. I had a lot of fun. So I don't know where all the complaints come from. So I give it an 8.5. I had a lot of fun. I give a shout out to the panel. Thanks for all being here. And shout out to all the YouTube. Thanks for being here. And I love you all.
Nice. All right, my final words. I already posted out in the YouTube chat. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought the difficulty was moderate. Units were OP in certain aspects and put too soon in the event. They should have been put into later waves. But other than that, stylistically, it was fine. There was a lot of puzzle work, but it was great. I want to shout out to TNT. I hope the kid feels better. I'm sorry you had to leave early in the show. A big shout out to everybody who put up with this show running 45 minutes longer than I had intended it to run. And a grateful shout out to Dutch who took over for the half hour or so while I had to run and go pick up my wife. A whole
Make her take the bus.
Yeah, no. A heartfelt shout out to Peel for keeping it clean because he had plenty of opportunity there to make me miserable, and I'd have to boot him off this permanently. So thank you for showing constraint and control. To all the panel members who helped me put on this show, to all the people out there in YouTube, thank you. Like, subscribe. These next shows will get better. This did not go as intended, in my opinion, but I hope it was fun and a little bit somewhat educational.
Don't our shows always go over?
Not in the future. I'm looking at running shows no longer than an hour and 30 minutes.
It's for us. It's for us new, but we will definitely going to make it work. And yeah.
And a great last minute thank you, Dutch, and thank you, Daba, because the early version of this screwed up. I did everything that I was supposed to do, but it didn't work for me. So thank you for fixing it in the end and helping me out so that we won't have that hiccup in future broadcasts. For that, go to Unshackled on Facebook, click like, subscribe, join the group, like this stupid video, or don't. I don't really give a shit. But pass along the information, and hopefully somebody will garner something good from this show. So for that, thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Brain.